It is Thursday, November 21st, 2024, about 3:30 in the afternoon, and the sheep are coming running for fresh pasture. They're learning that when I come into the field and move that wire, there's good grass behind it. So they get excited about that fresh grass. Hopefully this will encourage them to spend more time in the eastern part of the row. Before, when I had them, I gave them the whole row. They'd eat in the western part, but not barely touch the eastern part at all. I guess they didn't have much of an incentive to come. As you can see, Patches is back there. I have a dastardly plan to put Patches back. The plan is to run some wires for the next row, and that way if Patches jumps the fence, she's not going to find water until she jumps back. So she won't be able to drink from the pond unless she jumps the fence twice, which is perfectly possible. So I'm noticing that it seems the younger lambs are all here. The older lambs are taking their sweet time. My wife was asking if I have any lambs yet. The older sheep are taking their time. Let me just go look at the manure while I go down there and poke at them. Something is digging through this manure. I assume it's the ducks or something. That's what it looks like, at least. Okay, here we go. Here comes the older sheep. At least some of them are older, some of them are younger too. There's about 20 ewes that should be bred. And so I expect 30 to 36, I think. No, 20 times 1.8, 36, yeah. 30 to 36 lambs, assuming all goes well. Hopefully they'll all survive and they'll all be healthy. My plan is to tag them and record when they were born and who their mama was, because I plan on culling, and that means getting rid of the sheep that don't perform as well, that have hoof problems or other problems. So I don't see any lambs left behind. This lady has long front hooves. I can hear it clacking. So she probably doesn't like walking so far to get fresh grass. But I want to make sure they get down there, get that grass. So I bought 2 salt blocks. It was about $10 for 2 of them. The blocks are 50 pounds. They're a lot bigger than I remember. A lot heavier than I remember too. I'm going to give one to the bulls and one to the sheep and the cows here. Let them lick on. I'm going to wait until they finish that first salt block, which is almost gone. And hopefully the salt plus the grass is enough nutrition for them. I'm also providing just free minerals in a kind of in a flat bucket. It's an old flower planter. But I get this premix that I mix with 50 pounds of salt. It comes in a bag, and I give that to them. So looks like the sheep are doing really well. I don't see any reason to think that they're skinny or anything like that. Here's some ducks, some Muscovy ducks. They're looking for free food. So I keep going back and forth on this, but I'm thinking of selling all the steer but two of the best. The reason being that the steer will probably not do very good and be very tasty, so let somebody else try to fatten them up. The Longhorn or Piney Woods or whatever you call them, and the Corriente, they just don't put on weight very well. So they're not very good eating. The heifers, I'm going to get rid of them all. I don't see any reason to keep any. Even if they were exceptionally good, which none of them are like, oh my goodness, that's an awesome, perfect heifer to me. Some of them look pretty good, but none of them are like super awesome. And so I'm going to get rid of them because this next year, in 2025, in April, I should be getting 50% South Poles, right? And I'll keep those heifers and use them to breed back. Maybe get rid of the worst one or two. And I'll keep the steer as well. The steer should be, they should get bigger than the other steer would, the steer that I have this year, because of their genetics. And then from there, I'll just keep trying to increase the percentage of South Pole. So I'll be selling bred cows. I'll be selling others. The cows that I replace with 2-year-old heifers, those ones I might try to do an auction or something like that, or see if I can find a private buyer. I don't want to go through the sale barn for them because they're good cows, right? They're not bad cows by any stretch of the imagination. But the same with the I'm going to have 3-year-old and 4-year-old cows that I'll be selling to replace with higher percentage South Poles. And I don't know how I'm going to sell them. I'll probably try to find a South Pole website or something like that. I'll get them registered as 50% and then try to sell them that way. So avoid the sale barn if I can. If there's ones that I don't like, that I just think are bad, I'm going to sell them to the sale barn. I'm not going to try to auction them off or get a good price for them. So that's where I'm at, guys. Have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.